Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello viewers, I'm Chidima Akanyo with Youth of West Africa, an initiative that aims to change the global perception of West African youth by increasing the visibility of the good works of West African youth. I'm very excited because this is our maiden edition, and I'm here today with Mr. Elijah of Food for All Ghana. Hi Elijah.
Hi Chidi, how are you doing?
Very fine, thank you. And you?
Very good. Guess you're enjoying Ghana.
Ghana has been awesome. I'll definitely be coming back. Yeah. So what exactly is Food for All?
Food for All Africa program is a food recovery organization. We try to create sustainable means of nutrition for the vulnerable, mostly children, aged and mentally challenged, through food banking, farming, and then forum for stakeholders within our food supply chain. I mentioned three areas: food banking, farming, and forum for stakeholders. For these three operations that we work on as an organization, we are not termed as an NGO, rather we are a social enterprise. And through our food recovery program, we recover food, surplus food that would have gone wasted along the supply chain to feed the vulnerable. We live in a country where 40% of the food produced is actually wasted along our supply chain due to inefficiencies within the supply chain. And at the same time, we have 1 out of every 4 child in most parts of this country going hungry. We've talked about food security in this country. We are not food secured. And so for a country that is not food secure, definitely whatever is being produced must be efficiently used within the supply chain. Supermarkets, hotels, stakeholders within the supply chain are developing at a very fast pace.
Wow.
And as it is developing, the inefficiencies is also giving rise to food going waste. Currently, virtually supermarkets in Ghana are wasting close to 2 million Ghana cedis of food every week. That is about $50,000 every week.
That's amazing. You seem to be doing a lot. Like I'm so impressed right now. Sorry, if you don't mind, how old are you?
I'm 26 years.
It's not true.
It is.
It's not true.
It is. I'm 26 years, and I am a chef by profession. Growing up, I wanted to become a medical doctor. However, at a tender age of 7, I lost my parents, so I became an orphan. I was the only boy among the family, and I kept hoping I would become a doctor until I saw myself in the kitchen wearing white, and I got to realize I'm a doctor in the kitchen.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So anytime I'm in my white chef's jacket, I see myself as a medical doctor in the kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're 26. I have to see your ID or something. I can't believe you're 26. Wow. After the program, I'll have to confirm. Yeah.
Food for All was actually inspired by a mentally challenged man on the streets of Accra who picks plastic bags and gives to food vendors on the street. And then when people come and eat, the leftovers, he packs, it is collected, and later he comes for it, packages, and then shares for his colleague mentally challenged. And that was how they were living on the street. Coming into contact with this mentally challenged man changed my life, my perception, because as a chef, I come in touch with so much food going waste. People eat your food, give you hands up and say your food is very nice, but you look into the plate and there is still scores of food on the plate. And getting in touch with this man changed my perception about food. It created my interest.
So instead of just letting the food go, you collect remains of food and give to
Surplus. We started with the hotels and restaurants. So when there are buffet settings and then people take from the set buffet, most of the times there is always some left that is untouched from the settings, and that food product that is less set on the buffet table under policies of the hotels, it can be served to another person, so it actually had to be thrown away, and these are perfectly untouched edible foods. So we started recovering from the hotels and the restaurants to feed not just the mentally challenged, the vulnerable children and aged as well.
That's really nice. It sounds more like a social, sounds more like an NGO or something to me. How do you make money?
When we started and realized it's not just the food wastage is not limited to just the hotels and restaurants. However, along our food supply chain, there is inefficiencies which serves as a business opportunity. So as much as Food for All, we still recover food to feed the vulnerable. We have a business aspect. For instance, some of our donors, these are organizations that have marketing strategies. So we propose to them, okay, you donate your surplus food products to us, you had a certain fund money to it, and then wherever we go, we are promoting your brand in a way. What we also do as well to raise money as a social enterprise is under the laws of Ghana. When you have surplus food products, usually after it has expired, you pay the Food and Drugs Authority money for them to come and take the food product, confiscate it. And so we as a social enterprise comes in, recovers the food 1 month, sometimes 6 months before it goes expiring. And then once we take it, you also pay us a little, about 10% of what you would have given to Food and Drugs Authority. And together we use that to also feed the vulnerable. And in a way, most of these corporate bodies use it as their corporate social responsibility works, and that's how we are raising funds. And currently we're also raising funds through a Reduce to Clear mobile hub and Reduce to Clear food fair that we are organizing.
When you say Reduce to Clear, what do you mean?
Yes, Reduce to Clear in supermarkets most of the time, close to expiry or best before date products are put Reduced to Clear.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so what you would have bought at $1, you buy at 50 cents. So what we're doing now is we've created a platform for supermarkets or stakeholders to actually go beyond their premises to inform the public of their product on Reduced to Clear sales. Because sometimes people, what you have in your premises, it's not everybody out there that knows.
What you're doing it's really amazing. I mean, aside the fact that you're running a social enterprise, you're changing lives, you're affecting lives. Because these vulnerable people on the streets, nobody would have otherwise given them a second look. And I mean, you're providing a means of nutrition for them. That's awesome. What challenges have you faced along the line?
Before I talk about the challenges, let's look at some of the gains we have gotten as a social enterprise. Okay. Food for All Ghana program for the past 3 years has actually run West Africa's first food bank in Ghana.
Wow.
And aside that, we have been able to recover food to feed close to 45,000 vulnerable people within our society. And most of this food we recover are perfectly edible foods that would have gone wasted. So in a way, money would have gone wasted. Currently, we recover close to $15,000 worth of food products a month. And these are all
That's a lot of money.
Yes,
Wow.
we have community-based programs that also encourage volunteerism, like Share Your Breakfast, and also we have global organizations that we partner, like Safe Food, Food Tank, and the Zero Hunger Challenge. For us as an organization, we believe Africa is producing enough. What is there is the inefficiencies. The challenges we have had as an organization is to change the attitude of Ghanaians towards best before dated products. France today and Europe as a whole today, they believe in achieving the United Nations Sustainable Goals 2 and 12. We need to educate people on best before dates and expiry date as well. Unfortunately, this part of our world is very difficult to let somebody understand that a product that is labeled best before the date that is even beyond it, it is perfectly consumable. However, it's not supposed to be sold because the manufacturer has stated that it is to be sold.
It's not necessarily bad, but it's best you consume it before that date. Yes,
or
yes,
best to buy before that date. And that was one reason why we started the Food for All Ghana conference, to educate not just the public, the media most especially, to also understand and take on the message. So it's one challenge we have had. It's another challenge has also been to get governments to actually look at the Food for All program as a national community-based asset where it is creating efficiency. We keep saying that the Food for All Ghana program for some time has been supporting our national school feeding program at the community level. And we have selected schools that are on the national feeding program that we actually recover food and gives to the caterers to use to cook for them. So if we can look at bringing the Food for All program at a national level and giving tax incentives to most of the businesses, because currently
sorry, I learned you had the Food for All conference recently, so it seems like government is starting to listen to you.
Yes, we've had series of meetings with government agencies that are responsible in that regard, and there seems to be a very great deal of improvement in terms of communication towards towards collaboration to ensure that efficiency is created within our food supply chain, and also to ensure that we create sustainable means of nutrition for the vulnerable within our society.
I've actually started seeing food in a different light, you know. Sometimes we are eating and we are subconsciously waste food. You know, I'm going to try to be more, what's the word, I don't know, proactive, don't waste, and try to be more considerate of the vulnerable in my society. Okay, is there anything I haven't asked that you like to let viewers know?
Yeah, what I would like your viewers to know is that in our society today, we mustn't always run about after fast business opportunities. Within the problems in our society, there are solutions to it. Once there is a problem, it is a solution as well. And we, the youth, we must look at creating the problems we have had as a country, as a continent over the years. It is this time that we need to start looking at that problems as business opportunities. By so doing, trust me, we will be building the next big corporations like Facebook and Microsoft and the rest within our local context.
That's true. Like they say, every problem is a business opportunity. So, you know, they could just take hold of the business opportunity, see the opportunity in the problem. It's been nice hearing from you, Elijah. What advice you have for African youths that are watching, listening to you right now?
I want Africans to know, most especially the youth, to know that a problem of one country in Africa is a problem for all of us. When we start seeing it that way, the opportunities that are bound from our challenges actually becomes an African opportunity. With that way, we can build towards our economic independence, and development for sure will be attained for ourselves and then the future generation.
Thank you, Elijah. It's been amazing having you. Thank you, viewers, for watching. That was Mr. Elijah from Food for All Ghana program. And this is Youth of West Africa. See you again next week. Bye.